Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel, and I've got two questions from Wi-Fi today that I will answer on this video. A lot of people, and big chunk of us, are connected through Wi-Fi on our computers. It's an easy way to be connected and to be mobile and move around the house, or not have to put wires everywhere. So the first question that came up today is about being in a building where everybody is connected to the same router for access. And I've seen that as a tech guy in, for example, hotels or houses where, usually you'll have temporary tenants that will be there. So like Airbnb, for example, buildings where people might be connected in the same, Wi-Fi connection with the same router. And so the question that comes to mind with that from that user is the security behind this, and how you can stay safe with that type of connection. So when you are connected to a Wi-Fi that is shared with multiple users, the first best thing to do in your Wi-Fi connectivity is make sure that you are connected as a public network. It says it's recommended. This is the first thing that should be done. So you should be on a public network option in Windows. This, in effect, blocks any type of connectivity between your machine and any other machine. It puts it invisible. So anybody that goes through just the standard looking through, the different machines, if anybody is out there, that will not work. Now, that doesn't mean he can't see you. If hackers would find a way to get into the router, they will see you are there, because within a router, there's a table list of everybody connected and every device connected. This is where I always say, if you have enough data on your phone and can share it with a computer, you're better off on your own personal connection than anything that is shared with too many people. There are people out there that actually are doing only this, going to public networks and, spending time there to try to get into other people's devices or find personal information. So what else can you do to protect yourself when you're on a public network like that? Well, the next option, of course, is make sure that you have a password. This encrypts the computer with the router. So that's one thing. The use of a VPN can also secure you, because that encrypts from your computer to the server, which means that you might see that your computer's connected. There's nothing that they'll be able to do. You're encrypted all the way. And if you are in a public network here, you are, of course, safe and not visible in a way that they could access your PC. They'll only see you exist, but there won't be a way to tap into your PC. And, of course, super important, any device you'll connect to that type of connection where it's shared with a lot of people, up to date all the time. If you have an old phone, an old tablet that's not updated, you should not connect to these networks, because they will be possibly discoverable because of security flaws. So up to date, use a VPN, and make sure that your Windows machine is in a public network mode to reduce its visibility when you're on multiple, one router with a lot of people on the same connection, because there are some people out there that want to snoop on that. The other one is concerning the updates that you have on your router. If you actually update your firmware, the question that was is it true that you should not update firmware over Wi-Fi? There's no general rule. If you are on Wi-Fi, you use the latest encryption, WPA2, 3, and so on. There's absolutely no indication of not updating your firmware through Wi-Fi. It doesn't matter. Updating should be done in any way that you can connect to your router, and that's it. So there's no problem in updating your router's firmware through Wi-Fi, and it's not, a security hazard of any kind. So there's no problem in updating it through Wi-Fi. You can go ahead as long as you have the proper, connectivity. If your router was, you're just on WPA, or just at, if even worse, you would be at WEP, then no, you should be connecting a Ethernet cable to your computer in order to update the Wi-Fi, the firmware of your router. And last but not least, there are some routers that, of course, have firmware updates within the device itself, which is nice. But a lot of routers, you'll have to download a file and then apply it to the device you're using. So make sure that you have, recent devices. Make sure that you connect to a WPA2 encryption. Even better, WPA3 if you have a very modern router now exists, to stay safe. And once again, there is no problem in updating the firmware through Wi-Fi. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.